Keep watching Celebrity Info News. Breaking news.
Alesia Graf. She was a Belarusian-born German professional boxer who held the WBF super flyweight title from 2008 to 2009. She also challenged for the WBC female super flyweight title twice between 2010 and 2014, the WBC female bantamweight title twice between 2014 and 2017, and the WBO female junior featherweight title in 2019. Graf boxed since 2001. She trained with Heinz Schultz in Stuttgart and with Torsten Schmitz in Hamburg. Her professional debut was on February 14, 2004. In May 2005, she suffered her first and only defeat against Jamaican Alicia Ashley. She was under contract with Universum Box Promotion. She was born on October 14, 1980 in Belarusian. She died on March 25, 2024. Cause of death not known. She died at the age of 43. Gordon Singleton. He was a world record-holding Canadian track cyclist. In 1982, he became the first Canadian cyclist to win a world championship. He was the first and only cyclist in history to simultaneously hold world records in all three of track cycling sprint races, the 200m, 500m, and 1000m distances. An Olympic racer, he was deprived of competing in the 1980 Summer Olympics at the peak of his career by Canada's boycott of those games in Moscow. He also competed and won gold medals in the 1978 Edmonton Commonwealth Games and the 1979 Puerto Rico Pan Am Games for Canada. First Canadian to win a World Cycling Championship 1982 October 9th to 10th 1980, broke world records in the 200m-500m-1000m time trials in Mexico City. He was born on August 9th, 1956 in Canada. He died on March 24, 2024. Cause of death cancer. He died at the age of 67. Linda Bean. She was an American businessperson and donor. As a candidate of the Republican Party, Bean ran unsuccessfully for the United States Congress in 1988 and 1992. She was the granddaughter of Leon Wood Bean and an heiress to the LL Bean Company. Bean's investment in the lobster industry was controversial. She argued for more lobster processing in Maine rather than in Canada, where more than half of Maine's lobsters went for processing and sale by other companies to the U.S. and elsewhere. Additionally, an undercover video taken by PETA allegedly at one of the Maine lobster processing plants showed workers ripping limbs off live lobsters, raising questions of animal cruelty. A lawyer for Bean told the Portland Press-Herald that, "Our practices do not violate Maine's laws on cruelty to animals because lobsters do not come within the covered definition." She was born on April 28, 1941 in United States. She died on March 23, 2024. Cause of death not known. She died at the age of 82. Ian Heads. He was an Australian historian, journalist, commentator, and author. He was described as Australia's foremost rugby league historian by the National Museum of Australia. Ian John Heads was born on February 15, 1943 in Rose Bay, a suburb of Sydney. It was the midst of World War II. He was brought up during the war and in the post-war Reconstruction years, a period of recovery, rationing, and deprivation. His father, Flight Lieutenant George Heads of the Royal Australian Air Force, was killed in action. His plane crashed over Milne Bay, New Guinea on June 7, 1944, while transporting supplies to the troops fighting the Japanese. He was born on February 15, 1943 in Australia. He died on March 25, 2024. Cause of death not known. He died at the age of 81. Bridget Garcia. She was an Ecuadorian politician, nurse, and social worker who served as mayor of San Vicente from 2023 until her death in March 2024. At the time of her death, she was the youngest mayor in Ecuador at just 27 years old. She was also a member of the left-wing Citizen Revolution Party. She was born on January 27, 1997 in Ecuadorian. She died on March 24, 2024. Cause of death: shot and killed, along with an aide. She died at the age of 27. Peter Eotvos. He was a Hungarian composer, conductor, and teacher. Eotvos was born in Szekelyudvarhely, Transylvania, then part of Hungary, now Romania. He studied composition in Budapest and Cologne. From 1962, he composed for film in Hungary. Eotvos played regularly with the Stockhausen Ensemble between 1968 and 1976. He was a founding member of the Eldorf Group in 1973, continuing his association until the late 1970s. From 1979 to 1991, he was musical director and conductor of the Ensemble Intercontemporain, EC. From 1985 to 1988, he was principal guest conductor of the BBC Symphony Orchestra. He was born on January 2, 1944 in Hungary. He died on March 24, 2024. Cause of death: illness. He died at the age of 80. Imogen Stuart. She was a German-Irish sculptor. She was one of Ireland's best-known sculptors with work in public and private collections throughout Europe and the US. She was awarded the Mary Macaulay Medal in 2010 by President Mary McAleese, who paid tribute to her genius, crafting a canon of work that synthesizes our complex past, present images, and possible futures as an intrinsic part of the narrative of modern Irish art of Ireland. She was born on May 25, 1927 in Germany. She died on March 25, 2024. Cause of death: natural causes. She died at the age of 96. Def Rhymz. He was a Surinamese Dutch rapper best known for his humoristic raps. Bouwman was born on May 3, 1970. He was the first Dutch rapper ever to hit the #1 spot on the Dutch charts, with 2 songs, Doko in 1999 and Shudden in 2001. He was born on May 3, 1970 in Suriname. He died on March 24, 2024. Cause of death: heart failure. He died at the age of 53.